Hello and welcome everyone to my Let's Play Tomb Raider 3 The Adventures of Lara Croft. This is Logadiz 115 speaking. Let me welcome you to the final Indian stage with an epic close-up shot on Lara's ponytail. Yeah, this is actually the camera angle that the level starts you off into. We've just dropped from River Ganges above, and the water erosion over the years created a very intricate system of caves. Sacred caves of Kaliya, they are called officially. Now, a first look at the statistics screen shows that there are no secrets to be found. That is indeed the case, so you really don't have to worry about it. This is also probably the very shortest level in any classic Tomb Raider so far. I believe the Dragon's Lair from Tomb Raider 2 and Home Sweet Home were even shorter than this. First of all, I would just like to make an apology. During my previous level, I mentioned we've played through Tomb Raider Let's Play with less than 50 saves. That is not the case. I have checked my statistics video from years ago and it was 76 saves we have made. So I bow down my head in shame for misinforming you. Saying this, I do hope we'll manage to play through Tomb Raider 3 with less than 100 saves. That would be kind of my objective at this point. But yeah, as for the present, I suggest you go to the very left because there is a pit with a box of flares. Now, you might be very confused with this level. As I said, it's a maze, a labyrinthine system of caves. But it's actually very easy. The difficult concept to grasp here is that it has 4 different levels, and each level has a couple of goodies or enemies in it. But if you are not interested in getting all of them, then it becomes a matter of literally just a few minutes. Now yeah, there's a dead end on there. Yeah, just remember, from the beginning keep left until you find this pit. There is a dead end, so let's enter a crawl space. There are many pathways, but they are all actually interconnected, so it's not really much of an issue. And let's just keep crawling as there is another crawl space ahead of us. And to the very right we should see a pair of Uzi clips. Okay, amazing. Oops, a bit too far. Okay, keep holding that crawl button even if you're on a spot where Lara can stand up to prevent her from standing up, to save those precious few seconds. On the other side over here we have a pit we can drop into. If you're not interested in getting all the kills and pickups, just feel free to, you will take some minor damage. The reason it's that deep is because it will drop us at the 3rd level of this maze. I would consider ourselves being at the 1st or at the top level. By dropping there you will skip the 2nd level with its own pickups and enemies, so if you are interested in that I would suggest you not do it. Instead, crawl all the way over here, because there is a lonely cobra minding its own business. But since we are bloodthirsty, its business just became our business. Okay, let's see if we can kill it with 4 shots. Nope. 5 then. Okay. And yeah, that's really everything for the 1st level. What we need to do now is find a way to the 2nd level of this maze. So, for that very purpose, we will need to return to the beginning, where we found ourselves with Lara's epic ponytail shot. I think we are closing there. Yep, I believe this was it. Yeah, this is where we dropped off from. So, now if we keep to our right over here, we are gonna encounter, you guessed it, another little crawl space, but with a particularly interesting passage. You'll soon see what I mean there. Okay, we have ominous music playing. Let's see what's up ahead. And a boulder, of course. I suggest you make a jump at the end and try sprinting into the corner over here. Now I may be wondering, okay, the danger's behind us. Oh dear God, no. Just go on, Lara. Okay. So you have, 2 boulders just crossing your path like this, and the 2nd one is triggered rather late, so it's very vicious like that. Now, what we find ourselves in, well, technically it's not the 2nd level, it's in the same height as what I refer to as the 1st level, but it's a 2nd area of the maze, so to speak. Now, what would help you with orientation for this area is that if you just keep going directly forward, you will encounter a movable block over here. Now this movable block stands in the way of 4 different paths. We will see it from all these different paths, so it's a good point to keep in mind. You'll know where you are if you encounter the movable block. But let's not move it just yet. First, I was just going south here, because around the corner, yep, is once again a lonely cobra. And since we are out to get all of them, actually there are 14 cobras just in this very short level. Yeah, we are out to get it. Now we can head north and explore the brown patch And as you can see, the natural cave system has changed into, well, some traces of civilization, ruins, that kind of thing. We have a box of shotgun shells here, very handy for the upcoming boss fight. And yeah, we can also explore this particular area of the brown patch. It's a good idea that they changed the texture color here. It really helps with orientation. Now we find ourselves on the northern side of the movable block. And over here we have a cobra. And because of the brown texture, you might have difficulty seeing it, but there is a small health bag on the ground ahead of us. There we go. And I believe that's it for what I refer to as the second level of the maze. Now, just to, you know, explore it in detail, I will leave the movable block alone for a while instead. Yeah, there we are. Let me show you the southern area over here. We have, once again, brown floor over here, but there is absolutely nothing in any of these hallways and alcoves. Nothing, just dead ends. But for some reason I just felt like showing you around to make sure I'm not just lazy to explore these. There is genuinely nothing in here. So yeah, we can now move the movable block to the north, where we've, you know, killed the cobra with its small health pack, because we don't need to go there anymore. And yeah, this is where we find ourselves at the crossroads. There's the crawl space from which we entered. Easy as that. So this has revealed a passage, a western one, which we will use to drop even deeper into the maze. Well, this is longer than I remember. Wow. Okay. Let's keep pressing on. There we go. Okay. A little mossy rock, a good hint. So yeah, so much for traces of civilization. We find ourselves in the natural cave system again. There is really just one path forward, no need to be confused. Mostly we are heading south. Actually, I think this is the first instance where Lara's compass from Tomb Raider 1 would actually come in handy. But here it is just not included, which I think is a terrible shame. Yeah, just keep going south. You can actually take several paths. I prefer to take this crawl space, because it helps me remember where I'm at. And there you might already see it, cutting the corner with the look feature. There is another cobra to be killed. Oh, okay, what a barrage. And I believe that should bring us to the kill count of 4 cobras being down so far. Great. Now, we just keep going north, but first let's go west a little. And there we go, this is the northern tunnel we need to take. The rest of them are just dead ends. Actually, the path we would have taken otherwise would lead us to the pit leading to the first level, but that being too high and unclimbable. So yeah. And there we are. We actually just made it through half the level. That's really how short it is. Now, the flares being here is kind of a hint, really. They are not here because of some accident. Let me just light it up and throw it. As you can see, there is a deep hole down there. We cannot see much from here. But oh my god, is this gonna be fun or what? Now, there are 2 ways we can tackle what's down there. We can do it systematic, professional, and honestly boring kind of way, or we can be a bit natural and compulsive. Oh my god, snakes! Yes, they are here. And if that's not enough, there is a boulder chasing us. I should not have made that swan dive leap. That just slowed us down considerably. Lara, go, 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 go! Okay. Great. Now, panicking as you might have, especially if you are playing this for the... Oh my goodness, for the first time. You bastards. Okay, I am not using a small health pack. I am not. I refused to use a small health pack. So, we have a very limited amount of time to do this. Okay, I am gonna use the shotgun we've set up so far. Time is not our friend in here. Okay, there you are, you ugly bastards, because there is a health crystal further up ahead. Let's check our kill count. 14, brilliant, we got all the cobras. All that is remaining is boss, and as you can imagine, facing a boss with this amount of health and poison is not a good idea. Whoa, okay Lara, go, 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 go. I really don't want to use a health pack in the Indian levels, I want to keep it clean. Okay. Lara, please move, move. Time is running out, if you haven't noticed. By now you should be throwing up all over the place. Okay, good. And there we go, we are cured of the poisoning. Okay, and there is a small health pack, kind of a memento that you idiot use them when you have them. Now, so that could have gone better. We could have dropped down and systematically eliminated every single cobra. Mind you, the boulder in that trap does not trigger until you move about halfway through the room. I just thought, you know, let's have a bit of a fun. Let's not be too professional, I think. Okay, now, if you allow me, I'll just save here. Even with the terrible health we are at. The 15th save so far. And down there is the final boss, yes, the loony bastard called Tony. Now there are multiple ways we can tackle him. Once again, we can be really efficient, professional, or we can go all out crazy. Now what I want to show you is, please keep a note of this, we have 14 kills, yeah? Now let's see what happens. Throw that shotgun, Lara. There he is, there he is. No mercy. Okay, okay. And what we have here is a grenade launcher. Lara, stop shooting those guns. Okay, okay. So what we have is a grenade launcher with 6 grenades. This means that every single grenade pickup we have picked up so far, you know, having just the label number 1, turned into 2 grenades. It was actually a grenade pack. So yeah, it's a bit confusing like that, but you will get the correct amount of ammunition all the same. Now, what I want to do is I want to kill this bastard with a grenade launcher. The problem is, grenade launcher has a very limited range, so it might be a bit tricky. There we go, he's down! Oh my god, yes! Victory! Whew. There are, as you might have imagined, much safer ways to do this, but the 6 grenades we have by now are really sufficient. In case you don't, the grenade launcher comes pre-packed with 2 grenades, and there is also a grenade pickup. Now, the reason I was fooling around like this is, let me show you the kill count now. We are at 17 kills, oh my goodness gracious. We were at 14, we killed Tony, and we are at 17. Now, I'm surprised myself. During my trial run, I was at 16 kills when I finished him off with a grenade launcher. So, as you can see, the glitch causing your kill count to be messed up when you're killing enemies with a grenade launcher is still here. It's unpredictable, and this is pretty much the reason why I will avoid killing enemies with a grenade launcher. So I just wanted to demonstrate that. Let me just reload the game here. As you can tell, this is really an easy boss fight. Okay, let's see. Let's use every weapon in our disposal to kill him. Mind you, he turned the water into fire lava kind of thing, so make sure you do not step into that, which is what makes jumping across kind of dangerous and, well, exciting, as you might have noticed. Oh, okay, he's still alive. That is very good, because now I want us to finish him with our pistols to make sure the kill count is not messed up. Actually, since I'm doing this, I might show you a good position to spam him with gunfire from. It's as easy as that. So if you just keep side jumping, he will never hit you with any of his fireballs, so it's safe like that. Now, I think this is the best way to finish Tony off. We have used shotgun, grenade launcher and our pistols to finish him off. This is, mind you, not the most efficient and definitely not the safest way to do it, but it's... come on, just have a little fun, you know? And if we now check our kill count, it will say 15 kills, just as it should. So yeah, I will try to use the grenade launcher and for that regard rocket launcher as well on some really tough enemies in the future, but I will avoid landing that killing blow with them because, well, that will just mess up our kill count. So yeah, let's pick up our prize, the Infada Stone. This is what we've been chasing, this is what Lara talked to Tony about back at the end of the jungle level. Looks really amazing, doesn't it? Okay, let's see what happens next.
I don't want to be misrepresented by that retarded researcher you've just been with.
Lara.
I'm Dr. Willard. I'd come to converse with Tony myself, but I saw you were doing a rather more creditable job, I think. Indeed, I'm inspired. I'd like to offer you other work.
What? Shoot the breeze with some of your other boys? No thanks.
Fortunately, they were the only lab rats we let loose into the field. No. My request is for 3 other artifacts like this.
The Infada tribe only had one artifact of this type. It's unique. Anyway, what would your interest in it be?
I'll show you. It's not from India, rather an island near Antarctica. It is in fact meteorite rock that has been fashioned and used by Polynesians who were once settled there many, many years ago. See that? That's unique. An unknown material.
So how did it end up here?
Formed from the planets, sculpted by Polynesians, distributed by goons. Our excavations and investigations have led us to this. A sailor's diary from Charles Darwin's expedition on the HMS Beagle.
August 14th, 1834.
This voyage is getting too boring for me to go on with this journal. Me adventures at sea are an embarrassment. The only tales I'll have to tell are hours of bird watching, picking and pressing flowers, following them blasphemous ideas of the governor, Darwin. But this don't even concern me now. I just want food, something more than vegetable broth in me. Today we 5 have made a pact. The only sampling we're going to be doing is for meat. Pure, solid, blood-rich meat.
The snow's run out. The tracks have gone.
Just keep going. We're on its trail. There's something here.
Look, another one. What do you reckon they're worth then? Too late. There's only 4. None for you.
Stephen, faster! Dig it! Quick! Stephen! Come on, faster! Nobody better say nothing about this to the governor, else we'll be back having to hunt down that creature for his samples. Paul fell down a crevasse, okay?
Okay, Stephen.
Amen. Stephen was to be the only survivor of the 4. When he arrived back in London, he superstitiously sold off his artifact, having seen his pals murdered or killed with theirs. One here in India, one in the South Pacific, and one in Nevada. The places where I'd like you to go.
Sounds good to me.
And there we go! We have managed to finish at 12 minutes sharp. That is actually pretty damn amazing. We have managed to find exactly no secrets, we have killed all 15 enemies, and we have found all 12 items. So yeah, that's it for really the shortest level in Classic Tomb Raider so far. I hope you find it enjoyable, and I think this is also a good time to once again return to the story. I think it's actually a really good setup. You know, we find our first artifact, then we meet some knowledgeable guy, who actually, Dr. Willard was the same guy as in the very first cutscene in the Antarctica exploration team. He was the guy, you know, leading the expedition, complaining about everything, reporting to his superiors over the walkie-talkie, and discovering the Moai Eastern Island statues. So this is the same guy now on the riverboat, the guy with the epic sideburns, and he's basically interested in finding these artifacts as well. Yes, artifacts, there are actually more of them. I love it how Lara asked him what is his interest in them. He just completely dodged the question and started explaining where they are. Pretty suspicious if you ask me. But yeah, anyway, we got an introduction to the Charles Darwin's crew, and these guys found all 4 artifacts in one place in Antarctica, and they basically you know, took them with them, and they ended up in different corners of the world because they were sailors, travelers, that kind of thing. Now, talking about the different corners of the world, of course, Lara is out to get them. And this is where Tomb Raider 3 gets really interesting. You get to choose whether you want to go to Nevada, to England, or to South Pacific first. So let me just confirm the stat screen here, and we are taken to a globe. Now we have this globe, we can rotate, turn around, and here we go. We can go to London, would be kind of a lovely homecoming. On the left we have India, which we of course cannot select as we've just completed it. Here we have South Pacific Islands, and over here we have Nevada in US. Now, whilst this is one of the most interesting features in Tomb Raider 3, unfortunately there is one major thing which completely blows this choice to hell. Most of you are probably already aware of this, but each location brings with it its own set of levels. Now, it's really great that you get to choose your own adventure order kind of thing, but the second level in Nevada takes away our entire inventory from us. Well, not everything, I think we'll get one small health pack. Reasons which I will not spoil, but unlike in Atlas Mines and offshore rig level in Tomb Raider 2, we will not lose our weapons. We will lose all our ammunition, all our flares, all our health packs. I think the only object we will not lose are save crystals. If you are playing the PS1 versions, those do get carried over. But otherwise you will lose absolutely everything. So naturally most people prefer to play Nevada first, because this means they have Nevada levels, South Pacific and English levels to get resupplied before the very final stage in a new geographic location. So I thought, okay, how about we try and mixing things up a little? How about we play Nevada last? You know, this should actually lead to some really interesting resource management and tense situations and stuff like that. Unfortunately, I checked the weapon placements across many different levels in this game. If we were to do Nevada last, it would mean we would never see Harpoon Gun ever again. It would also mean we would only find Rocket Launcher in the second last level of the game. Now, this is absolutely unacceptable. This means we would have no opportunities to play with the weapons, and also I don't feel like finishing a game without owning all the weapons in our inventory screen. So really, the only other sensible choice is to start Nevada first. That's unfortunately the conclusion I reached. Closest to India is the South Pacific, so I think that makes sense as Lara's next destination, but really all the other ones, including London, Nevada, and the very last one, make her just go fly all over the globe, so it doesn't really make sense in that regard. And you can just think Lara returned to England, to Surrey, to her mansion, to resupply, restock, change the outfit, and go somewhere else anyway. So yeah, just I would highly suggest you pick Nevada first for the very reason I described. And besides, each location brings with it levels a unique change of scenery. So yeah, South Pacific is actually most similar to India because it is a different kind of jungle basically. So I think if we go to Nevada, the change of scenery should really be interesting. So yeah, that's really all for my choose your own adventure dilemma of Tomb Raider 3. Hope you agree with my decision, and I'll see you guys next time in Nevada Desert.